Facebook friends, Marianne here from Right Rock Lake, one of the most beautiful places in Dallas. And I don't know if you can see, but look at these little guys. Aren't they beautiful? Little family of ducks behind me. I'm not going to be as loud as I would otherwise, but I want to respect them. But anyway, just wanted to wish everybody out there a happy Beltane. I'm a Taurus, so I'm a May girl. Anyway, just wanted to give a shout out to everybody. I don't have a flagpole to dance around right now, so I am just doing a wonderful walk in the park. But I wanted to give you guys a shout out because one of the things that I'm doing right now is testing something I've never tried before, which are these. These are resistance leggings. So you see the stripe here? It's really a lot of resistance when you take a step, and I thought I would give it a try. Never tried them before, but guess what? After walking, I mean, when I first put them on, I was walking around my house. It's like, well, this isn't doing crap. But then I started walking at my regular pace, exercising. Oh my God, these things burn in a good way. Like, I'm getting the burn I normally feel at the end of my workout at the very beginning of the workout. So I will do another little segment halfway through because I'm doing the length of the lake when I get to the other end, and then I'll give you a little shout out when I get back here and let you know how it is. But for right now, I gotta say, these things are really living up to the hype. I chose the highest level resistance. There are 3, and so far, wow. Anyway, if any of you don't come around here, this, again, you can see the boats behind me. There's just so much neat stuff out here at Red Rock Lake, and it is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And in Texas, when it gets so hot, I love working out at the end of the day because it's so much cooler and less sun. But anyway, so happy May Day to everybody. Beltane, wishing you guys a wonderful beginning of May as we enter into the late part of spring and head into summer. Talk to you soon. Facebook friends, made it to the far end of the lake, as you can see. For those that know Dallas, this is Mockingbird Lane behind me. And when you get to this end of Right Rock Lake, you can see all the way down to the end of the lake. And for those of you that also know Dallas, you can see all the little sailboat docks around here. And on summer days, I just love seeing them just out on the lake. There's something so serene about watching them out there. So if you're one of the people taking your sailboats out, thank you. You're giving me a nice calm moment when I see you out there. Anyway, so I promise you that I would tell you what it felt like when I got to this end. Yes, these bands may not look like they do a lot, but wow, you know, they're all over the leg, and I can say that it did increase the amount of resistance, the push. You know, it was kind of like if you've ever had those rubber bands and you're, you know, using those to kind of do what weights would normally do, but you're traveling. It's kind of like that. It's just, you feel the burn. I did not know if I would or not, because just walking around the house, I didn't feel anything. But just doing my regular push, it actually, wow. I could say it makes a difference. So I have no idea what in the long term, if this will make that big a difference to my everyday workouts, but I would think it would. Who knows? But for those of you that just want to give a little oomph to working out, I know for myself, when I do my workouts, I can't run ever since I had that knee surgery so years ago. So for me, it's basically doing martial arts and walking and dance and other things, but no running. So anything I can do to add that little extra oomph to my workouts, I love. And this is just as easy as putting on a pair of leggings, and what can I say? These bands work. So if you want to try it, I recommend getting the highest level of resistance, which is what I did, because it didn't feel like much. I really objectively can't imagine less resistance doing anything for me. But at the highest level, it just gives you enough in your walking that it makes it, you know, just makes you feel stronger, makes you feel like you hit that burn moment much earlier into your workout. So, hey, all for it. Anyway, so I will check in at the very end and let you know if it still feels like it's doing something at the end. But so far, reviewing this stuff, it works. Friends, Marianne here. I just realized I forgot to give you guys the very end follow-up on wearing these leggings. And all I can tell you is that it definitely did add a whole nother thing to my routine. So it will give you that burn, the burn that you usually get after you've been at things for 30 minutes. I got that within like 10 minutes of working out, which meant that my whole workout had the burn all the way the length of the lake both ways. I'm sure that will do something. I hope it does. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys my final feedback. I recommend them. If anyone wants them, I will put the link down below. I am not being paid to review this. I'm not being paid to endorse this. I'm just sharing it because I like when somebody shares stuff that really makes a difference for me, and all I can say is these really do feel like they're making a difference. So maybe in a couple of months I'll come back and say whether it actually did anything for me, you know, physically, in terms of losing weight or in terms of getting more toned. I have no idea. But in terms of getting that burn, yeah, they do make that difference. So anyway, if any of you are out there trying to want to add a little extra thing to your workout, definitely recommend resistance leggings. And also just really emphasize, get the tightest, the most resistance that you can, because I can't imagine getting anything out of anything with less resistance than what I had. But also just wanted to give you guys a shout out about White Rock Lake because it is beautiful. Oh my God, it is gorgeous out there right now. So treat yourselves, go enjoy some nature.